The US election is just a week away, and one of Hillary Clinton's most vocal critics on the business side is finance commentator Jim Rickards. He's in Sydney this week, armed with his latest book, hot off the press, entitled The Road to Ruin, the global elite's secret plan for the next financial crisis. Jim Rickards, let's go to the US election first. Who do you think will win?
Well, here's the point. Personal view, it's just a personal opinion, is that Trump will probably win. But the important message for investors is that you don't have to agree with that. The important thing is Trump could win. Yeah. Now, you won't hear that anywhere. U.S. media, pundits, elites, like Hillary's got it in the bag. Some betting services are already paying off Hillary bets. She's naming her cabinet. The markets are, fully weighted for Hillary. But this is actually a problem. This is set up exactly like Brexit. And there's a good trading opportunity, actually, because the markets are priced for Hillary victory. They totally expect it. Yes. The polls are actually close. You look at Rasmussen, Investors Business Daily, LA Times, they all have it either +1 or 2 for Trump or tied. Yeah. Other polls go the other way, but some reason to doubt the accuracy of those polls. But be that as it may, some reliable polls show Trump slightly ahead. Just make it even. If the markets are priced for Hillary and Hillary wins, nothing happens. The markets aren't going to move because it's already priced. But if the price for Hillary and Trump wins, it's going to go like this. The stock market will drop 10% overnight.
So there's the opportunity.
There's the opportunity, exactly. It's asymmetric, and gold will probably go up $100 an ounce. So, but the thing is, if Hillary wins, nothing will happen. Yes. If Trump wins, you'll have an earthquake. So it looks like Brexit.
Last time we spoke in March, you thought Hillary would be behind bars by now. Now, I noticed that, of course, Trump created a few gasps suggesting that Hillary would be behind bars if he became president. Sounds more like something the Philippines president might say.
Well, on that end, I did say that, and I think I got the facts right, and I think I got the law right. I got the politics wrong. I didn't know that the Justice Department and the FBI in particular would give her a pass. I do a lot of work for the national security community. I know what it's like to be in the world of clearances and classified information and all that. The point is, what she did is appalling. But she got, she skated on that, and so that is what it is. But there'll be another reckoning on November 8th.
Let's move to your latest book, in Road to Ruin, and your prediction that the elites are anticipating some sort of market crisis, leaving the rest of us to crash, I guess.
Correct. And by the way, when I make claims like that, Tiki, it's all documented. I use actual speeches, research papers, data, et cetera, equations. So it's all well documented in my new book, The Road to Ruin. But the elites see this coming. They're signaling each other. When I say elites, it's not a deep, dark conspiracy. We're talking about, Christine Lagarde, Mario Draghi, Claudio Barrio at the Bank for International Settlements, Janet Yellen, central bankers, academics, policymakers around the world. They all know how fragile the system is. They don't want to talk about it publicly. I've had a lot of private one-on-ones with a number of people I would put in that category. Privately, they will tell you the system's unstable. Some of the more candid voices are saying the same thing. But everyday investors, whether it's Australia, the United States, don't get it. They're not sort of in on the joke.
But what could trigger this?
Well, it could be anything. That's the point. It's sort of like what triggers an earthquake. Well, no one knows, but we know they happen. What triggers an avalanche? Well, it's a snowflake, but you never see the snowflake. What you look at is the instability of the system, whether it's a seismic system or an avalanche. Same thing with the financial system. It's an inherently unstable condition. It wouldn't take much. It could be, the failure of a wealth management product in China, a failure of a gold delivery in Europe,
and you think this might happen, soon?
Correct. In my book, I've set up a 10-year tempo. I look at the 1998 crisis, long-term capital management. Of course, I negotiated that bailout. The world was hours away from shutting down every exchange in the world. 2008, we were days away from the sequential collapse of every bank in the world. Both times it was truncated by policy. So come forward another 10 years, 2018, that's just sort of an estimate. Could be tomorrow, by the way. When the next crisis hits, the difference is that 98, Wall Street bailed out a hedge fund. 2008, central banks bailed out Wall Street. In 2018, who's going to bail out the central banks?
Because they haven't got the padding.
Correct. It's got to be the IMF. They're the only clean balance sheet left. They're going to use their special drawing rights, this world money, to reliquify the world.
Well, let's go back a step.
Sure.
U.S. rates at the moment, obviously not much going to move, I don't think, next week because of the election.
Absolutely right. They're not
so back in March, you talked about a rate rise in June. Correct. And then coming back like a boomerang. Well, it didn't happen in June, but what do you think going forward now?
They will definitely raise rates in December. By the way, Wednesday night I had dinner with Bill Dudley in New York at our club, and he said that. I was actually surprised, because he's speaking for himself. He's not the official position.
Well, the Doves and the Hawks are fighting away at the FOMC,
right,
aren't
but
they?
that's correct. It was true as late as September, but now they're all on one side of the boat. Lael Brainerd, who was the main Dove, she's mute. She's not saying anything. Madame Lagarde green-lighted this. She came out with a report saying the emerging markets are prepared for a rate hike. That's the IMF's way of blessing the rate hike. As I say, President Dudley told us that they're going to raise rates in December. Market expectations are aligned. So this is like a kid who's trying to steal money from his mom's wallet, but when mom's not looking, he'll take the money, but if mom's watching, he won't. The Fed will raise rates when they think they can get away with it. And right now, the coast is clear, so they will raise in December. But remember, they raised last December, and the U.S. stock market fell 11% in 8 weeks. And I asked Dudley about this. I said, are you mindful of this, and do you care? And he said, he didn't see the connection. I do. I disagree with him on that. But he said it's not our job to prop up stocks. So this looks like a replay of last year where they raised rates in December and the stock market will fall out of bed.
Jim Rickards, it's always fascinating to get your views. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Dickie.